Yeah.
Yo, peace, peace, spares and
Peace.
mics. So we was about to wrap it up, right? But I wanted to ask Watt what his pick is for the Super Bowl tomorrow. I already know what his pick is, but I want him to share it because I know Watt for a long time, and he been a Chiefs fan way before. Like he been a Chiefs fan when it was trash. He never wavered. Like he's a Chicago Bulls fan. And I know what y'all thinking, right? Well, the Bulls, that's a glorious franchise, but like they not so glorious right now in the past 5 years,
Word.
since they lost Derrick Rose. And I be trying to wheel Watt in to become a Knicks fan, but he be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's solid with his teams, man. But I'm happy that he got the two back-to-back Super Bowls, and you know what I mean, y'all going for y'all third. So
Well, we're going
is the
for the
Chiefs
fourth. We're going for the fourth,
four,
but
four or
we're going for the
five, or is
three-peat.
it
We're going for the three-peat.
going for the three-peat
Yeah,
tomorrow?
but we won three already.
Right,
With
right,
Patrick Mahomes got three, rather.
right.
Um, of course I'm going for the Chiefs. Um,
Hmm.
and it's weird because I live in Pennsylvania, so I'm surrounded by Eagles fans. And it's fine, but and they're a good team, so I'm not gonna like say
Yeah.
like, we're gonna walk through them. But I just go with Patrick Mahomes just being consistent, and Steve Spagnuolo, our defensive coordinator, just calling the right play at the right time. Um
Hmm.
they brag on the number one defense. They brag on having the number one defense this season, and they do. They have the number one defense, the Eagles. But Patrick Mahomes is 3-0 against number one defenses in the playoffs. Past defenses, he's 3-0. Against Steve Spagnuolo, I mean against Vic Fangio, who's the defensive coordinator for the Eagles. Patrick Mahomes is 8-0. So I'm just going with the on the offensive side. I'm going with the genius of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes' ability to make something out of nothing when a play gets broken down. And I'm going with Steve Spagnuolo calling something crazy when they need a stop. And I think if it's close, the Chiefs are going to win.
Hmm.
I don't see the Eagles putting up 55. I know everybody like, Saquon. He's having a crazy season. And shout out to him. He from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Saquon Barkley. Dude is dope. I think this
Peace
is
to
his
his uncle, Iran Barkley. Peace to
word.
all the Black Spades.
That's a fact. Um, I know this is his first healthy season, and this is his first time having a great offensive line. So that's why he's able
Hmm.
to rush for the 2,000
Big
plus
difference
yards.
maker for him. Big
Hmm.
difference maker.
And he hasn't been hurt. So this
Yeah.
is probably his best complete season, and shout out to him. But also on that side of the ball, the Chiefs haven't allowed a running back to get over 100 yards against them in the playoffs either.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting. To me, I don't think going to try to shut down Saquon is going to be a thing. I think to take him up a little bit and stop him when they need to stop him, I think that'll be the game plan more so than try to completely shut him down, because he's just a good running back. He finds, and the offensive line is good to provide pockets where he could get through those holes. But if they can limit the explosive plays, I think I think that'll be good for the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes been here before. Excuse me, he's been here before. He's so poised. It's just another game to him. And Killer Trav, he always takes it up a notch. And Chris Jones on the defense, and George the Animal Steel Karlaftis, and Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie never lost a playoff game in his
Shouting the
career.
gang out. Shouting the
Yeah,
gang out. The whole
yeah,
gang.
yeah. Trent McDuffie.
Chiefs gang.
He never lost a playoff game in his career. He been in the league 3 years, never lost a playoff game so
Crazy.
far. You know what I'm saying? Because we got him with the Tyreek Hill trade. That we got him in the draft when we traded Tyreek Hill. So he never lost a playoff game. He'll probably be covering AJ Brown in a one-on-one. That should be interesting to look out for. Jalen Watson will probably be on Swift. I mean, what's his name? Smith. Yeah, Devontae Smith. I'm
You
talking
think of
about
Taylor
Swift.
Swift?
No. I'm thinking of the Swift they had, the running back, but he's not there no more because they got Saquon. I'm talking about and that's another thing, man. Like this ref thing and this Taylor Swift thing. I don't. I hate it. I hate
Mhm.
like the conspiracy theories and all of that, man. Like it's bad.
You already
Like
know it's coming if y'all
like
win.
yeah, but James Cook, the running back for the Buffalo Bills, who had a decent game, and he didn't have 100 yards either. And he's good. He's a good running back. He's a beast actually. Uh, he said at the end of the game, he was like, "I don't want to hear none of that ref talk. Don't leave it in the ref's hand. You're supposed to execute. Don't leave it up to the refs." So I don't like he dismissed the whole ref thing. He was like, you're supposed to basically don't even have it close to where the refs could dictate the end of the game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So but I think if the Chiefs go down big early, um, I don't want them to have to like climb themselves out of a deficit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But even though Mahomes is famous for doing that,
Right.
I don't think like with them because then if they're up, they just gonna run the ball. You know what I'm saying? So like I think if they could stick to what got them there and what made them two-time back-to-back defending champs and stick to the script, I think they should easily win the Super Bowl. And I'm not when I say easily, I'm not saying a blowout because this is another thing. People at my job, oh y'all barely won. I hate when somebody say you barely won. Yo,
Hmm.
a win is a win, bro. Like the
Yeah.
object of the game is to outscore the opponent, no matter by how
Mhm.
much. If it's by 1, 2, 3, 15, 20, you know.
Yeah. No one be talking about the score 10 years from now anyway.
Yeah,
It's about
right. They just
W.
talk right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Shit
Exactly. I
don't
mean,
even
nah, they
matter.
will.
Like the
Eagles
right,
fans will,
right.
because they still talking about when we beat them the last time, 2 years ago. They, oh, you only beat us by a field goal because of that
Hmm.
BS call, which Bradbury admitted to holding the jersey, pulling on the jersey. Oh, but you don't call that. All right, but he called it. It's blatant. He did it. And you shouldn't have let Mahomes run for 30 yards neither to set up the field goal. How about that? On a bad ankle. So and
Yeah.
now his ankle's good. So I want to see like I know their defensive coordinator doesn't bring pressure. You better pressure that man. You better because if he got
Yeah.
any kind of time to see like he processes quick. I don't think and that's the thing he has over Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gotten better with it, like processing the play in real time. I think Patrick Mahomes, and that's what makes him good. You know what I'm saying? Besides, he has a great arm and all of that. I think him processing what's going on fast like that, and that might come from baseball. And I just saw a clip of him in a little league World Series on
Mm.
Instagram where he had like a RBI double or something to win the game or something like that. Like, and he plays basketball too. You know what I mean? So he he's just different. And I think that's gonna be he's the X factor for the game and along with like the what each defenses um are able to bring. But go Chiefs though. Do all of that. Do
Yeah.
everything I said. Go Chiefs.
Yeah,
Looking for
definitely. I
that
just
three-peat.
neither team is for me. I'm a Giants fan, so I got no pick or you know what I mean, but I just want to see a good game. I want to see Saquon have a great game. I wouldn't be mad at him winning the Super Bowl. But
Mm,
um, it is what it is. I'm not like an Eagles hater. I don't be hating on nobody. I think that's corny when dudes be hating on other teams. Like
yeah.
even when my Knicks play your Bulls, if we lose, I'll take
Yeah,
the
yeah,
L.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like and when we win, I don't be rubbing it in, no
You,
freaky.
you know
Like,
what's
you know what I'm
crazy?
saying?
You know what's crazy? Like in sports, we from New York, right? And even though like only New York teams I like is the are the Rangers and the Yankees, right? But when New York loses, right? Whether we if we lose in a play, like we lost the World Series, right, to the Dodgers.
I smoke.
What right, we did, but like the Bronx wasn't getting torn up.
But
You know what I'm saying? Like the there was no riots. We wasn't beating up Dodgers fans. Like, yo, we went to the first playoff game, opening playoff game against the Royals. There was Royal fans there.
yeah, and
It
he was
was a,
talking
it
shit
right.
too.
It was
Like,
right, and but it was just friendly
yeah, it
banter.
wasn't like they
It
were
was
talking
just
shit,
like
right?
yeah. It was,
They
and we
proud,
were
proud.
right,
Yeah,
and then when they lost and we were going back to the car, whatever, like we were heckling. I mean, Yankees fans were heckling a little bit, but it
respectfully
wasn't like
though.
right. But it wasn't
It
like
was
yo putting
respectful.
hands. When the Eagles beat the Commanders, the stuff they were doing
Hmm.
was heinous, man. Like it's like yo, come on, man. Like that is
Yeah,
disrespectful, and you wonder why. Like I always say, when we do things as a so-called people, we wonder why they look at us a certain way.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
it's disgusting. Like, enjoy the game. It's cool because I've been to Bulls game. My wife takes me to Bulls Sixers games. Like, I think they play them um, in Philly at least twice every season. And
Right.
my wife always gets us tickets, and we go, and I'll be there, Bulls hat, full shirt, some type of jersey, Jordans
Hmm.
on, and I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? A different kind of Bulls hats too. Every time I go, I switch up the Bulls hat. I'll have an all red, red and black, red, black and
Hmm.
white. I have the Olympic Bulls hat on, whatever. And I'm
Hmm.
sitting there, and like sometimes, a fan will be like, whatever, like we'll be going back and forth, but it's all in fun. It never gets you know,
Yeah,
it never gets
it
violent. It never
shouldn't,
get like I'm not
it
yelling and
shouldn't be like
screaming.
that.
Like I think that's corny, man. I think it's corny because
Yeah,
first of all, like you don't know them. You fighting over a team might be the most idiotic thing ever.
right, right.
That's like fighting over a block you don't own. That's the equivalent of that. It's like fight like you'll be
Yeah,
like, yo, I'm from such and such and such and such. You don't even own no real estate, so it's not your
right,
block. The block ain't named after you. So like in
right,
turn, the sports team not named after you. So why you fighting over it? How
right,
does it lead to
right,
that? You know what I'm saying?
right. I seen a
Crazy.
brother once say, man, I wish I remember the brother's name. He was on Gangster Chronicles, and he said brothers is out here banging for the turf, but the turf be named after the
Colonizer.
colonizers.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. I forgot who said that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know
Nah,
what I'm
for
saying?
real,
And that
for real.
shit, that shit hit me like a bolt of lightning.
For
I
real.
said,
Nah,
wow,
no,
that's like a
absolutely.
crazy. And then you
Absolutely.
got these dudes catching charges for gang assaulting dudes over a rival sports team. Like,
Yo.
man, I love sports, you know what I'm saying? But
hmm
I'm not ever gonna catch a charge because, you know what I'm saying, like
My team
some
lost.
fan, right? Like, you know
You
what I'm
see, yo,
saying?
they grease the poles out here, um, in
So no one could
Philadelphia.
climb them.
Yo, but what's
That's
crazy is when they
crazy.
beat the Commanders, a young kid, a Temple
Yeah,
college student, he climbed the
yeah, that's
pole
sad,
and,
man.
and he slid,
It's
he fell and
terrible.
died, man.
Terrible.
He fell and
It's
died,
terrible.
man. Yeah, man. Like we got to be responsible. Like you could be well, fan is short for fanatic, So I really don't like to call myself a fan. I like to call
Right.
myself a supporter because
Yeah.
I'm not becoming fanatical over anything, man. I'm not being a fanatic because when you're a fanatic, you tend to take it overboard. And
Hmm.
I can't take it overboard. Like, like I like like, the friendly jabs, like, yo, y'all whack, we washed y'all, whatever, that's cool. But
Right,
when
right,
it
right, right.
becomes like, the people are screaming, they spitting, like they throwing stuff at you. Like I saw the joint, yo, dude is walking with his son, two white dudes, older white man and a middle-aged father and son. Dude snatched his hat. Now you touching me. Why are you touching me?
Right. Yeah,
They
don't touch him.
walking, trying to mind their business, trying to get up out of. They got Commanders fans
Hmm.
on. They got Commanders gear on, rather. You could expect you going to Philly in Commanders gear. Expect the banter, expect to get cursed out, whatever. But they walking, they got tunnel vision,
Minding their
trying to get to their
minding
car.
their
You
business.
now you touching me. He
Yeah.
took his hat off, and the dude turned around like he wanted to get the hat back, and he just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep walking. Like, why do that? Why?
You know what makes me think? Like I was thinking back to the game that we went to with the Yankees game, and of course we left with the W for that day, right? It was a
Hmm.
game one. It was
Yeah, it
game
was
one
game one. Yeah, yeah, game
of the
one.
division series,
The
right?
division.
Or
Yep, yep,
yeah,
yep,
it was game
yep.
one of the division series. Good game. We won it. And you had park. I took the train because I didn't want to drive, but you had park like mad far. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And
mm.
remember, I took that walk with you, and we were walking through all the bars, man. And I was like, yo, because there was a lot of Royals fans,
Yeah,
right? We picked a
it
lot
was,
of
it
them.
was, it
But I'll
was.
tell you this, now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't one Royal fan at none of them bars that we had to walk by
No,
because it's the
no.
Bronx.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
was. They were like, "Yo, we ain't having a drink out here. We're gonna have to go
No,
to
we're gonna have to
Manhattan or
go.
something."
Yeah, yeah. I
Because
mean, but like I said, they
like,
handled it.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
classy. It was classy.
yeah. Right.
It was
That's the way
classy.
it
It
should
wasn't.
be.
Yeah,
It's the way it
like
should
I
be.
get up out our town, and a lot of
Yeah,
those Royal fans might have been from New York. Yo,
that's possible too.
I got a
Right.
childhood friend that's a Royals fan. Grew up on my
Right.
block. He's a Royals fan.
Right.
Grew up on the same block as me. He's older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a Royals fan. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like, I'm not. you know. And I teased him about it, and I was like, "Yo," and I was at the game, and we washed y'all, whatever, whatever. He's like, "Oh, we gonna get y'all." They ended up losing the series, but still, like, I'm not. If we win tomorrow, I'm probably gonna come to work in my jersey Monday, like I always do, doing the Chiefs chant. You know what I'm saying? Like just for fun, and the whole office gonna be quiet, and they'll say whatever, and then that's it. But it doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't turn into an argument, and it damn sure ain't gonna turn into no physical altercation
It's a sport, yo. This shit is a
over a sport
sport.
I'm not
It's a
playing and I'm
sport,
not getting
man.
paid for. You know what
Right.
I'm
It's a
saying?
sport. It's a sport, man. Enjoy
Uh,
the game. Before we close out, are you gonna watch the halftime show or you turning it off? You gonna, go get some snacks or something and miss the whole joint?
I don't know. I might. I want to watch it just to see the performance. I think it's cool. I saw your man who's supposed to be this big football fan said he not watching the Super Bowl. I wonder why. And talking
Oh,
about he got
Wayne
an
said
album
that?
come. Yeah, talking about he got an album coming
Man,
out.
yo, mention his name. I'll
Yeah, he's a
give him the
hater. Nah, because that's
yeah,
hate, bro. That's hate. That's
he ain't
hate.
watching the game.
That's
Like,
hate. You're not
if
gonna
you
watch
would
the
have,
game. Watch the game and turn the halftime show off.
right,
If you're a
right,
big
right, right,
football fan like that, you always say
right.
you. I'm surprised you ain't on. I don't know why they. Well, Skip Bayless don't got a show no more, but I was wondering why they was having. I know he was doing the theme song for the show, but like, who cares about what your take is?
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, who
I care
cares?
about
Like,
Cam and Mace take on
word,
sports more than I
word,
could ever care for
word.
your take on it.
Yeah, like
Um, well, I'm just curious to see if Kendrick does perform
not like
not
us.
like us
I think he will.
because of the threat of legal action, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
Drake is running wild with his attorneys trying
true.
to
Karen.
prevent this from happening. So it'll be interesting to
But then
see.
they play it at the Grammys.
I'm not
I
sure. I
didn't
didn't
watch
watch
the
the
Grammys.
Grammys.
I didn't
I'm
watch
not
it either.
sure because um
But he won a Grammy for it,
I
didn't
did
he?
watch a little bit of the Grammys. I did see when Doechii won. But I didn't see Kendrick perform.
Did he win?
Um,
Didn't he win the Grammy
he
for
won
that?
five. He won five Grammys.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
heard.
believe he won. Um, so I just want to see because like this might be the last time we see hip hop on the Super Bowl for a long period of
Hmm.
time. I ain't even gonna lie. The fact that we had two performances in the past maybe 4 or 5 years is
Mm-hmm.
pretty incredible. But I think honestly, I think they picked the right person for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't even think about who would be next in hip hop to do the Super Bowl because Outkast don't make music no more. Like they're a monster group that have reach outside of outside of hip hop, should I say. It gotta be someone that has not outgrown hip hop, but they definitely have, gathered a humongous following outside the culture. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even know who would ever in hip hop perform at the Super Bowl. I mean, maybe I don't know. Could Jay-Z do it? I don't know. Yeah, he could do it. He could do it.
I don't think
Like
nobody
musically,
want
he
to
could
see
do
that.
it.
I don't think nobody
Yeah,
want to
you
see
don't think
that.
nobody would see it? Why? Because he's
I
not like a
wouldn't
big
want to.
entertainer.
Yeah,
He's very,
yeah, I would. Yeah, I
yeah,
wouldn't want to see that.
right. I hear you. He's kind of like a serious guy. He doesn't have like,
Yeah, his stage performance isn't like
right.
something I
It's
would
not
want to
like something
see.
hype.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right,
want to
right,
see it.
right.
I wouldn't wanna see it. Speaking of which, did you hear Wu-Tang's coming out with an album?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I just saw
But
the track
that's
listing.
oh,
It's
word.
called
That's good news.
something of the Bastard Swordsman. I saw a feature with 38 Special. I saw a couple. I'm gonna send it to
Oh,
you.
okay. Wait a second. Yeah, I saw what you were talking about, but I didn't know. I realized that that was like a
That's an album.
album.
It's an album.
Right. I did see.
It's
I
like
did see
something of
someone.
the Bastard Swordsman. I'm like, oh
Was it like the
wow.
artwork you saw or something like that? I
Yeah,
could
and
have
I
sworn
saw
I
a
saw the
track listing.
artwork.
I saw the artwork and the track listing. I
Yeah.
saw the
So I saw
track
the
listing.
artwork, but I wasn't sure what that was, like
Yeah.
a mixtape or like
I don't
something
know
that I
what
ain't
it
never
was. I
heard
was
of.
like, huh? I was like, yo, man,
And who's it supposed to be produced by?
I don't know. I just
Mm,
skimmed through. It was kind of like it came across my timeline. And I just looked and I was like, oh snap! I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Well, okay. I should have
damn,
sent
man.
it. I should have screenshot it and sent it.
I hope
But
it's produced by I love RZA. He's one of he's my favorite producer. RZA, Havoc, Primo, three of my favorites, but I would love to see Fourth Disciple, Mathematics,
True
True
Master.
Master.
Hmm. The
Let them
elements.
take
Yeah.
this album and not to say RZA collaborate with them,
Yeah.
throw some maybe but it may need all four of them or just
Yeah.
more input than just RZA's direction because I mean, man, like I think the clan should be album wise, like as a collective, the past few albums weren't interesting to me.
Yeah.
And for us, like that's
I
like one
agree.
of our favorite groups.
Hmm.
So like it's kind of like crazy to say, yeah, Wu is one of my favorite groups, but then you don't even care to listen to their collective albums. I'm more invested in their
And the
individual solo
solos. Yeah.
careers
Yeah.
versus,
And the
you know
early
what I'm saying?
albums. The early
Right.
albums. Yeah.
Right. And remember, we was just talking the other day. We were like, "Yo, that combination of Ghost, Meth, and Ray,
Hmm.
that formula is solid. That's three
Hmm.
of the best Klansmen. So they should continue on recording with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And maybe they gotta be different groups of them coming and performing it, like recording together. Maybe RZA and Jizza and Deck have to get together and have their little formation together and then eventually they could just all come together when the time is right. But as a collective, I don't know what the direction is, but it just don't be hitting for me.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I didn't really I can't name one song on that last album they came out with.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, to me, the last solid joint was Iron Flag. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Hmm. I agree.
Um,
I agree.
beyond that, it wasn't hitting for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, whoever's listening, man, enjoy that Super Bowl tomorrow, man. And
Word.
you know what I'm saying? Be with your loved ones. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully Kendrick represents well for hip hop. And we'll probably talk about it on the next episode of Spears and Mics.
Word. And be
Peace.
responsible too.
Yeah, that's a
Word.
fact, regardless of the outcome.
Word. Peace.
Peace.